My name is Jai. I'll be taking you through today's refresh web episode, and in today's episode we will be running through maintenance. So I will run you through how to create maintenance, filter and sort maintenance tasks, how you can see the maintenance against the property and the tenancy level as well, and also creating work orders and sending out quote requests. So I'm just going to share my screen and then we can make a start. Okay, so with the maintenance, so within Re-Leased, you can manage and log all of your maintenance, whether that be scheduled maintenance or any ad hoc jobs that might come into play during the course of the year. Now, the maintenance will always be managed from the maintenance hub, which is located on the dashboard. And as you probably already noticed, you'll have the maintenance hub on the right-hand side here. All of your maintenance tasks, whenever you log them, will always appear on your dashboard as well, on the due date of whenever the maintenance is due to take place. So as you can see here, we've got a few maintenance tasks already available. So there's one on the 29th, the 5th and 14th, and also the 6th of March as well. As with anything within the dashboard, you can click into the maintenance banner and it will bring more details as to what this particular maintenance is. But we'll run through the entire process step by step of how to log the maintenance and send it off to the contractor, and how to also complete the job. So first thing is you will need to jump into your maintenance hub here. This will give you a list of all of the maintenance that has been logged in the system, regardless of which property or tenancy that relates to. You do have your filter options at the top here. So you've got the date, property manager, the status of the maintenance, and you can also filter by any contractor as well. Whenever you're logged into this system, it's always going to default onto your own name here. But if you'd like to see anyone else's maintenance tasks that have been logged, just have to click all managers, and then you can see the list below here. Within the maintenance hub as well, you'll also have access to the work orders that are being sent out, any quotes, and also this decline tab. Now this links into the tenancy app that we have available, but we'll try to cover that if we have time towards the end. So we'll jump back to the maintenance here and let's create a maintenance. So we'll just click the create maintenance button. At the top here, if you do have multiple companies, it will ask you to select which company that this relates to. And then you will select the property that this maintenance is in relation to. So we're going to pick 38 Finsbury Square in this one. Click continue. And then at the top here is the title of the maintenance to start off with. So for example, if we do one for gutter leak fix, and then to the right-hand side here is your contractor name. So any contractors that you've loaded into the system will appear here if you start typing in the name. So if we start typing in Jim, we've got Jim's guttering here as well. And there is this use preferred supplier button, but I will show you that how to use that shortly. Next, we have the maintenance type. So this will be a list of all the different maintenance types that we have in the system. It's a default list at the moment, but if you scroll right down to the bottom, you can add a different filter as well, depending on what it is. But as this one is in relation to the guttering, we should have one here. Let's have a look. Oh, we might not have one. So we can just add one on the fly. And then just call this one guttering repairs, and then hit continue, and then that will automatically select it for you. Now, depending on your properties, if your maintenance is in relation to a particular tenancy, or if you need to gain access through a tenant's property, you can select the particular tenancy here, and this will automatically select where that tenant is located, and also add the tenancy contact details, just in case the contractor needs to contact them as well. But for this scenario, we're just going to keep this blank, and we're just going to select the area of the property, so the mezzanine, and you'll put the description of works here. So please tend to fix gutter leak at mezzanine level of building. The next box across here is the note section. Now, this note section is just for any internal notes that you might have. So if you're assigning this to, if someone else needs to actually take care of the maintenance, you can delegate it to another team member, and these internal notes will flag up when they have a look at the maintenance itself. The bottom section here, we've got the associated keys. If you have logged any associated keys with the property, you can add those in. And then if we tick this one here, so this is the main entrance communal key. So this would go to the contractor to actually gain access to the property itself. So we'll select that one. If you've got any images of the leaking gutter or any images that you might have taken on a inspection, feel free to upload them here, and you can just drop and drag or add images on the fly as well. And the same thing goes with the documentation. So if you've got any documents to add with the maintenance, that will be added on in here. The due date is basically when you would like the maintenance to be done by. So say, for example, we need to get the contractor out there by Friday this week. We'll select 14th. And now we will click save. Now, basically what you've just done there, guys, is log the maintenance against the property. Now, depending on your processes, if, as you've just seen, we selected an external contractor. So if you need to email out the work order to the contractor to actually complete the works, we would take this next step here. So we will create a work order. The external reference and numbering at the top here is in relation to if the external contractor has sent you a reference number for the job. That may be if you've spoken to them over the phone already about the work order, you can put that reference here, but it doesn't need to be filled in. You've got the areas, the maintenance due date, nature of the work, budgeted costs. You don't need to fill in unless you depending on what your processes are. And then you've got your description, and you can also add in any additional information here as well. Once we save the work order, it will take us to a preview. So this is the preview work order, and this is using the actual work order master template that's within the template section. So you'll have the details, who the supplier is, where this work order will be emailed out to. You've got your company logo at the top, and then the property details. And if, as I mentioned before, if it is in relation to a tenancy, they will have the details here, so the contractor can contact them as well. And again, this master template is fully customizable, so you can customize it as you see fit. But once you're happy with all of this, we will press the email PDF, and this will take you into an email section where you can email it to the contractor. You can also send a copy to the property manager, so whoever the property manager is assigned to the property, they will receive a copy of this this work order, and it will be emailed directly to their email. This is just a bit of a basic message, so it will have, hi, contractor's name, please find attached work order for your company name, and this will have the details of whoever's sending the email out as well. Again, you can customize this template from within the template section in the settings menu, and then you'll have your attachment of the actual work order in a PDF format here. You can also add further attachments as well. So you just need to add attachments, and then just add whatever attachments you've got saved on your computer. And you can also CC or BCC any other further context as well. So if someone else maybe within your company needs to receive a copy of the work order that's gone out, if they need it for approval processes or anything like that, you can add them up here, and then we can send an email. Cool. So you'll get this little message here to say that work order has been previously emailed. That's just letting you know that you have emailed the work order at that point. And if we go back to the hub, you can now see here it will automatically default to the work order tab, and you can see the work order that's been sent out to the contractor. You can click into further details. You can look at the work order again, or you can actually look at the maintenance tasks as well. Now, as you may have noticed, when we created the maintenance previously, I'm just going to show you a preview of one of these. So if we click into the work order, this one hasn't had a work order or anything sent out. It's just basically been logged against the system. If you've got big jobs that need completing and you need to actually send out quote requests to different contractors to assess the different pricing from different contractors, what you can do is once you've clicked onto the maintenance, you will have a send quote request option here. You select your template, and basically what this will do is you would select your contractors up the top here, and if we just select a couple, and this will send an email out to the contractor with a link where they can provide a quote for the cost of their work. I won't send this one at the moment just because I already have an active one that I set up earlier. So if we run into the quotes, you can see here we've got a maintenance for a stair carpet fix. We can have a look at the actual the maintenance requests, the description of works here, any associated keys and so on. And we have a status that this quote request has been sent out to the contractor. In this case is Jai's Maintenance Services, and the quote has actually been emailed. Now I'm going to show you how that looks, but if you click on the status, you will still see the status of the actual maintenance itself. So this one's still pending as we haven't received a quote back. But if we jump into the emails and for argument's sake, say this is the contractor's email address, this is how the quote request will come out to the contractor. So, hi, Jai's Maintenance Services, Swan Castle Investments has requested a quotation to be completed at the property. Please click this link and submit your quote online. So basically what that contractor would need to do is click the link, and this will take them into a special portal on Re-Leased. There'll be no other details they can access. It's just this, this quote portal that they can access. And you can see the further details here. And they can see the description of the works. So part of the carpet has been worn and has started coming off the stairs. Please fix. Now the contractor can submit when this quote will be valid until. Say for example, it's valid until the following Friday. They can put in their quote number here and their quoted price. So if we put 500, and they can put in any additional details. Quoted price, see attached. And then what they can do is they can also add any documents or any images they might have as well. So maybe for argument's sake, they have gone out to the property, you send it out to the property, they've had a look at the actual what needs repairing, taken photos, and they can add them here. And all they need to do once they've filled out the details is send the quote request, and they can also view this as well. So this is their quote they've submitted. And if we go back to our Re-Leased, and you can see here that the maintenance hub has turned red, saying that a response to the quote request has been received. So if we click in here, jump back into the quotes, and then we can see the quote that has been sent out. We click on the status, and then we click view details. And this is what the contractor has submitted. So they've got quote valid until the quote number, price, contractor's name, contact, and any comments they would have associated with that as well. If you're happy for that to go ahead, basically you would just need to accept the quote and then send the work order to the contractor. So again, this is what we saw previously. We'd save the work order and then email this to the contractor. Just bear in mind, this all depends on your processes within your business. So if you follow this similar process, please feel free to do this. And then this work order will be emailed to the contractor, and then they can start the works. Now, if we go back to the dashboard, I will show you how to actually complete a maintenance task. So if we have a look at this one here, we can mark this as complete. So every time your maintenance will come through on the onto the dashboard, you either complete it from the calendar itself or go to the maintenance hub. But for ease, we'll just complete it here. And say, for example, this work has been completed and you spoke to the contractor over the phone. The completed costs were, for example, £150. And then if we mark as complete, this question here, when it says, would you like to add detail? Now, this is if you need to raise a actual expense invoice to pay the contractor. In this case, we're going to say yes. At the top is the maintenance complete. Yes. The completed date would be whatever date that is. And then you've got a little tick box here to create the expense invoice so that you can pay the contractor. Any notes, work completed to satisfactory level. Any other documentation, maybe the contractor send that to you, and any media or anything as well. And then we click save, and then you'll be taken to create the actual expense invoice. From here, you can select your chart of account. Everything else will be pre-filled in, the related property, who the expense invoice is from. So in this case, Jai's maintenance service. Description will be from the description of the actual work order. And you just need to select your chart of account. Cool. And then we can save and approve that. And then that invoice will be available from the income and expenses screen at the top here. Now it's taken us to the property, and you can see here, you can filter by complete and incomplete. And this is available from the tasks menu against the property. And you can also click into any completed details and view any images or any documentation that has been assigned to the completed task. This will be available at any time, and you can either view it from the property from the task menu here, or also view it from the maintenance hub in the dashboard. Aside from being able to log maintenance from the dashboard, you can do it at a property level. So if we go to the property, click into the property, go to tasks, and then you can see all the maintenance that's actually associated with this property as well, or also create a new maintenance and just follow the same steps as I just run through before. This is a good example actually. If we have a look at these ones, you can set up repeating maintenance tasks, and these will just be completed will run through on whatever particular dates that have been associated with it. And you can run through and mark each one as complete, or you can edit it if you need to change any of the details. Click edit, click into maintenance details, and you can put in any other additional details or update the additional due dates of the maintenance. And just cover a couple of other things. As you might remember from the start when we created a maintenance task, there's a tick box where you can select a preferred supplier. So you would need to firstly attach a preferred supplier at a property level. So if you go to the contacts against the property, click on preferred suppliers here, and then add a preferred supplier. Type in whoever the preferred supplier is for this property and select the maintenance type. So if we just say general repairs, save supplier. Now, how this works is if we go to the task against this property, create new maintenance, let's just do a test, use preferred supplier. The preferred supplier will only ever appear if you select the maintenance task that has been associated with them. So as if you remember, we selected general repairs in this case. So if we select general, that will bring up the maintenance services. Seems to be a bit of an issue error here, but it should automatically select this when you're doing it on your account. And just lastly, if you need to see any upcoming maintenance or need to keep track of what's upcoming on your portfolio, there is a report that you can run. If we jump into the report section, and if you go to the events report here, select your company, say upcoming, for example, and then you can just search by maintenance and select your property at the bottom here and generate report on screen. It will give you a list of the different properties, and you can notice that there's numbers listed against each property here. To get further details, you just need to click, for example, if we click on the total 19, this will take you into another window, and this will give you all of the details of each one of the maintenance tasks that are available. Okay, guys, that is all that we have time with for this morning. Now, unfortunately, as I am by myself this morning, we are just going to be answering questions after the session is finished. So feel free to submit the questions and I will come back to you later today. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's session and we will be running another refresh session within the next couple of weeks or so, but we will send out invites closer to that date. Great, hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.